Hello and welcome to the show. I'm your host, Angelo Santabarbara, and today we're going to talk about Junior League of Schenectady and Saratoga County. And we have with us Deneen Palmateer and Denise McGraw, both past presidents of the organization. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us, Angela.
Thank you for being here. Of course, the question on everyone's mind, of people that don't know, what is Junior League? Maybe you could tell us a little bit about your background, and then we'll get into the organization.
Sure.
Deneen, you want to start?
Certainly, absolutely. The Junior League of Schenectady and Saratoga counties is an organization of women. Our mission is to having women build better communities. And how we do that is we train our volunteers. We bring them in and we get them involved into the community and train them to be better advocates for the area that we live in. And a few years ago, we decided to expand our region. So we were the Junior League of Schenectady, and we're now the Junior League of Schenectady and Saratoga, since we have already been servicing that area for many, many years, but we just went through our association to expand, and it's been a great opportunity. We have over 200 women, and it's been a wonderful experience.
Now, it's an all-volunteer organization.
Yes, it's completely volunteer.
And it covers Schenectady and Saratoga County. Does it go beyond those borders at all, or is it just kind of limited to those counties?
Our service is really primarily to Schenectady and Saratoga counties, Angelo, but the women can live anywhere. They work everywhere, and they come together to really serve those two counties. And like Deneen said, and we've really been an integral part of those two communities, starting projects that then have developed into the pillars of these two communities, whether it's family and child services, it's some very important projects at Proctor's Theater. We're very proud of our relationship with Schenectady County Community College. It's projects that really have developed over the past 8 decades into things that are just household names in these communities. So we've enjoyed our relationship with the organization. It's civic leadership at its best. We like to teach women how to be better civic leaders. And for both of us, we've taken what we've learned in the Junior League and we've applied it to other organizations. Deneen has been the chair of the Family and Child Service Board. I've been the chair for the last few years of Schenectady County Community College. And that's what it's all about for us, is giving back.
And these relationships, like we talked about Family and Child Services of Schenectady. What's an example, like of what would the working relationship consist of?
Well, Family and Child Service, because it was one of the first organizations that we started back in 1929. Actually, we started it before we were incorporated. And part of their organization and their charter said that they will always continually have a Junior League member sit on their board.
Okay.
So we've stayed in service with Family and Child Service since 1929. I currently serve on the board, and it's just a great experience, and we continue to help them lead and to continue to do good things in the community. They're recently expanding, they're taking on new roles, they're doing really well. I mean, after 80 years in the community as a not-for-profit, still doing really well. It's a tribute to all of the agencies.
And I know there's a lot of history with both organizations. I was looking at your website, and it said since 1901. Is that?
That 1901 is the Junior League International,
okay,
which is our parent organization. I had the great privilege of serving on that board for 3 years. I'm the only woman from our organization who's ever had that honor. Deneen will go on to serve the association this spring, and she will have a 2-year term serving our nominating committee. We're very proud of her. And so I have to say that because it's just really, it's a great honor, not only for Deneen, but for our Junior League, because for 200 women in our community, Deneen will represent us on an association level. And that's for 4 countries in almost 300 communities in those 4 countries. Deneen will have a voice on behalf of Schenectady and Saratoga counties.
That's great.
And for us, that's pretty cool.
Yes, it is. So the Junior League International is something that's, so you said 4 countries it covers,
yes,
and obviously all of the United States,
yes,
in various locations, or
women from all walks of life for 110 years now, more than that, and it's been women from Eleanor Roosevelt to Laura Bush, and it's all kinds of women like that, to Deneen and me, but it's really women who just have really cared about learning how to be better civic leaders, learning how to give back to their communities. And at a time, 100 years ago, women didn't work outside the home. And so that was their outlet. You know, today for Deneen and I, it's gaining the skills, or maybe, you know, we certainly, both of us work outside the home. It's something else.
Yeah.
It's being able to meet other people, do something else outside their home, and do it within their community. I mean, Angelo, I get to see you at a lot of the events I do, you know, through the Junior League. I know Deneen does as well. And it's just something else to add to our resumes, you know, gain public speaking skills, gain other things. And it's just, for a lot of women, it's just an additional opportunity. And I think, I can't speak for Deneen, but for me, it's been something more than I would have ever dreamed.
And you know, we talked about the community service part of this, and as I was going through the website, I see the list of accomplishments here. You know, maybe we could talk about some of those, or maybe pick out a few that.
Sure.
I know we talked about kids in the kitchen before the show started. Maybe we can get into that one a little bit.
We'd love to. With the master cheesemaker, we would love to talk about kids in the kitchen with you.
It sounds like a fun thing to do.
Well, we actually just finished a project on Monday. We did Kids in the Kitchen. This is we've been doing this actually since 2007, I believe, or 2006. Denise introduced the project from back then when she was president, and we've continued to do it. But a year ago, we decided to grow the project. Instead of just teaching children about healthy eating, we decided to focus and teach them not only healthy eating, but nutrition as a career. There are so many things that so many careers that you can build around nutrition that we don't think that there's enough advocacy for and training. So we partnered with Schenectady County Community College. And we already have an association with them in dealing with the Smart Scholar students, which I'll let Denise talk about that in just a second. But we have a partnership, so we have 9th graders and 10th graders that came in this year, and we bring them in, and the college students, we take them to SCC, to this wonderful culinary arts school,
Yes.
and the college students actually become the teachers. And they teach the children how to cook.
Okay,
They plan a meal. We bring their parents in. We sit them down to dinner. We had a dietitian from ShopRite come in and talk about nutrition. We had Kim Williams, a professor at SCCC, talk about careers. They really had a family fun event where we focused on healthy eating, and also the fact that you could take this habit and create a career, something that you love. I mean, if you're passionate about food and passionate about exercise and passionate about health, why not take that to the next step and create a career out of this and focus?
Now, is this this is over a series of, it's like a regular class a couple times a week, or is it a one-day thing that's where at the end the dinner is planned, or is it something that's...
Kids in the Kitchen is a one-day event, but some of the children this year were here last year. They keep staying with us, and this year was a little harder. We only had 30 slots, so they actually had to compete for a space to come to the event. And we issue invitations to their parents, so they're really kind of all sitting down together and enjoying the event. But they love it, so it was the first thing that they were competing for a little spot to come and cook with the experts, so to speak. So,
well, that's great, that's great. And, okay, well, it sounds like if kids want to get involved, they can sign up through the website?
It's through, and you may have read about this, Angelo, and you've been involved in so many projects like this through the years. The Smart Scholars program at Schenectady County Community College is something that, as a community, we're so proud of. It is 9th and 10th graders at Schenectady High School who have, they have something in their background, some disadvantage in some way. They may be living below the poverty level, they may be a child of divorce, they may be a student who just is not performing at a level they should be performing at. They've applied for this program, and at the end of the 4 years of high school, by working with the faculty and staff at Schenectady County Community College, they will, in addition to having their high school diploma, will have 20 college credits. It's a grant we earned from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation about 3 years ago now. We're incredibly proud of it. It's a national program. It's been nationally recognized. And 2 years ago, you know, obviously I have my passion about it. Deneen was kind enough to say, how about we do a couple of our projects, our signature projects with the Junior League with the Smart Scholars kids. You know, obviously they, it's something that should be recognized. It would be great for the Junior Leaguers to get to know these kids, somewhat mentor them.
Yeah.
And first we started with one of our signature projects, Operation Back to School, where we provide backpacks to these kids in August, all the school supplies they need to start the school year off on the right foot.
Yeah.
So we do that in August. They meet the Junior Leaguers, they meet our sponsors, and they get these backpacks. The families get them, and you know, and they get to hear, "We believe in you. Good luck." And now in the spring, we do this Kids in the Kitchen program where they can obviously hear about healthy eating, and they also hear about culinary as a career. I'm very interested in working cheese making into this curriculum. I think I'm going to rope you into it.
We may have to do that.
But, you know, this long-term relationship where it's not just they're hearing about their faculty and their staff and their folks at the high school or the college, but they see community leaders also investing in them. You know, maybe at 16 or 15, they don't care about that, you know, 40-year-old ladies caring about them, but their parents get it. And maybe sometime 20 years from now, they may go, that was pretty cool.
I remember that.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So that's our hope through this.
Well, that's great. It sounds like a great program. And Operation Back to School we talked about. How about Habitat for Humanity?
Habitat for Humanity is an organization that, you know, of course, when the Junior League gets together, and as we said, we train our members and we take them out into the community to do a lot of other service work, we partner with organizations such as Habitat, the City Mission, Ellis Hospital, and what we do is we take our volunteers and we go in and we do projects with them. So when Habitat for Humanity has a house that they're working on, I know that in the last year we spent, I believe it was 4 or 5 days working on homes in Schoharie County based upon the devastation that had happened there. We also worked at homes in Rotterdam. Did a lot of those there. I remember doing.
I put a smile on his face.
I was pounding some insulation in one of those houses one of those days with this great little tool. I have to go to Home Depot to buy, but I didn't know how handy I could be with a little thing that just hits some staples into insulation. But so we do those, and we send a group. So in essence, Habitat for Humanity gets the service. You know, we send 12 volunteers for a day, and we work and we do that. Same thing with City Mission. We have made it a partnership with them for the last 3 years and have provided desserts every month because it was one of the things that we had. We went there one day to serve lunch, and one of our sustainers noticed that there was no dessert. And they happened to mention that dessert is very important, but that they didn't have the funding to continue to do that. So she said, well, we can do that. So we do.
We do it.
Yes. I like dessert.
You like dessert too. I like it a little too much. But it is. I mean, that's one of the things that makes life a little bit more like home.
Yeah.
And so if we can do that for those folks at City Mission, it takes our members just an hour, a few dollars, and it's little effort
and
at
it makes
all.
a big difference.
Right.
It does.
Denise said something just very interesting. It was just an aside. She probably doesn't even remember she just said it. She said, I didn't know I could do that. And that's the bottom line of the Junior League. We do all these projects, and a lot of our members, especially our new members, come to us, and by the end of a day, the end of a week, end of a year of learning how to do things, they've learned to do things they never knew they could do. Talk to folks at the City Mission, build a house for Habitat for Humanity, speak in front of a room full of people. It's all these training opportunities that we provide, either formally or informally, and we teach people to do things they never dreamed they could, would, or should have done. And that's the hope of the Junior League.
And what's nice is it covers a variety of things. Like you said, it's not just one particular thing. You're going from the kitchen out to building something, to putting in insulation. It covers a wide variety of things that you have an opportunity to get involved with.
Absolutely, Angelo. That's our hope, is that it's something for everyone. We know not everybody is interested in maybe doing something like this.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, this is not for everyone. Baking is not for me. I'm not going to be the person who's going to bake the cookies there. But you know what? I like to give them out, and talk to people and get to know the folks at City Mission. Deneen put in insulation in Rotterdam. I like to get to know the people at Rotterdam. We all have different skills, and all different things that we like to do.
Yeah.
And but for us, it's offering the opportunities. And to get to know people in our community, to give women the opportunity to get to build skills, and to get to really, there is so much need in our community. Both hard skills, whether it's rebuilding Rotterdam Junction, or the softer skills, and it's there, and just to provide those opportunities to women right now, that's what we'd like to be able to do. And we continue to do that, and the Junior League's done it beautifully for 80 years.
That's great, and there's a lot of other programs here we haven't talked about, but we'll just refer the audience to the website, which is jlschenectadysaratoga.org.
Correct.
It's long, but that's it.
And they can. I think this is one of the tabs on top. There's an entire list of all the programs and all the accomplishments that
Yes, sir.
the organization's been involved with. Just a little bit, backtracking a little bit about the organization itself. Now, there's a board of directors. The structure itself is, maybe we can talk about that and how people get involved or want to become members.
Great.
Well, always wanting to talk about how to become a member. So when you go to the website, you'll see a thing. Just click here to join and get involved. But you know, the first thing that we do is we invite them to come and meet us. Come meet the Junior League, see what we do. Come listen to one of our meetings. Hear about it, see if it's for you. And if it is, we would love to have you. Women, we would love to have women join us and learn more about the league. Once you sign up, you become a provisional member.
Okay.
And what that means is that you have all of the ability to come to our meetings, do everything, sit there, but you also have to perform a project. Because the Junior League, like we said, I told you Family and Child Service was our project in 1929 to become a member of the national organization. The same way that our new members have to do a project to become a member of our organization. So they go out and they pick a project. The last, my new member project, I'll speak for mine, was we did a renovation for the YWCA for their domestic violence shelter home. We went in and they had just been given a new location and it needed some refurbishing. So new carpets were laid, the walls were painted, donations of furniture, books, toys, things. We made an entire social room out for them. So that was our project. It met the criteria. It helped the women. It did something in the community. We helped another organization. And that was our entrance into the Junior League. Through that time, you meet a lot of women. You know how to go out and get a new couch and get someone to give you a TV.
Deneen was the carpeting queen.
You know, you call someone and say, remember that chair you said you were going to replace? Don't you want to replace it today? We're going to stop by and pick up your old chair. We're going to do that. So it just gives you a feeling of community. And it's so nice for our members when they go out, because people are generous. They just want to be sometimes asked. You know, you have
Asked
this,
to get involved,
asked to get involved, and we would love to have them. And it's a great organization. As I said, we're growing all the time, and we have members, many sustaining members, because a lot of our members have been with the organization for, say, 65, 70 years. You know, we're 80 years old, and 80. Well, we're actually, see, our anniversary, we were incorporated in 1932, but those ladies have been around since 1929.
So the meetings are held in different spots, or is it
Different spots.
Okay.
We try to show our members as many places around the community as possible. So we bounce back and forth between Schenectady and Saratoga counties, and we usually try to highlight perhaps one of the organizations that we founded or a community partner. So we try to go to as many different places as possible. Deneen talked about the project that she worked on as a new member. I can remember many moons ago the project that I worked on, and I'm very proud of it, not so much as the project, but we worked with Community Hospice, and we made baskets for the folks at Community Hospice, and not many people realize that in this community we had the first hospice in New York State. And people they're always so surprised that in Schenectady, New York, we had one of the first hospices in the state and in the country. You know, the first hospice in the state and one of the first in the country.
Yeah, I know.
And people, they never knew that.
Yeah.
You know, and it's one of those things. We had a lot of firsts in this community. We had you know, throughout the years, there are a lot of visionaries who've come, you know, and we know about the big names, obviously,
Right.
but in the social services area, we did as well. And just from organizations in the arts, we have so many visionaries that are still here today. You know, obviously, you know, we sit in a building where a visionary comes and resides every day in Philip Morris. But, you know, there's just so many people through the decades who helped this community grow and be the premier community that it's been. And that's really what this organization tries to do, is to foster that and ensure that we don't forget our roots and make sure that these organizations that were founded through the decades are still nurtured,
Right.
and are still supported in various ways.
Yeah, and it sounds like it doesn't matter age group or.
Angelo, thank you very much.
It's across the entire spectrum.
And many people, for a long time, there was like an age that you can join the Junior League. It was for younger women, women who weren't married yet, or they, you know, were just starting off in their young lives. As you can tell by looking at me, I'll only speak for myself, there is no age limit to joining the Junior League. You can join at any stage in your life, and we welcome women of all ages, because a lot of times women will find after their children have gone off to college, they've got some time on their hands, and they want to get involved in volunteering. They want to get involved in civic leadership, and we're there for them. And it's a great way to meet people in all these organizations, whether they care about the environment. We're the organization that founded the Environmental Clearinghouse in this region. We're, as I mentioned, hospice. We've talked about the college. It's a great way to touch so many different organizations.
And as far as the project that they're required to do, is it like if you have different interests, is there certain criteria, or if they are interested in the environment, they can go in that direction?
They can figure out their project themselves. That new member class always kind of votes. It's very democratic. And that's exactly, if they care about the environment or they care about domestic violence, and doing something to combat that is their passion, or childhood obesity.
Yes.
That's really...
So it can be directly related to the interest of the person.
Their passion.
Interest of the group. I mean, they sit down together. The last class worked, I believe it was with Catholic Charities, and they did a baby shower for women, for teen mothers who were out there. So they developed a baby shower, got the gifts, did prizes, and created an entire day, decorated the hall. Yeah. And one of the women who was a provisional member said to me recently, one of the young ladies that were there said, "Why did you do this? Why us?" And she's like, "Well, because, we care about you. We want to support you." Yeah. She said, and that they were just surprised that, they took the time out of their day to come there, wrap gifts, decorate the room with little fishes and baby booties and stuff. But the group had a passion for these girls, and they wanted to show them some support for what they're going through. And so that was their choice, and that was their group.
Yeah, and things like that really make a big difference in people's lives. And the feeling that you get from it, from contributing, is like no other. I think when people start doing community-based things.
The best thing about the Junior League is, and you read it in the newsletters or something, is someone who sends you a thank you note. When we did Operation Back to School, the first time with these children who send you notes saying thank you so much, the first time we did it with the Smart Scholar students, one child said, "Thank you so much. My mother said that at least she didn't have to worry about where the grocery money was going to come from this week, because we have our school supplies. We are set to go." Yeah. You read those and it just, makes you feel good about doing something, but at the same time you know that you helped and you made a difference in their lives. And they know we're there to support them.
And that really speaks to the organization and what it's about. So I want to talk about that project again. So is there a certain... So when you become a provisional member, you complete your project. Is there a time frame? What's from the point where you're a provisional member, when do you actually become
well, you become a provisional member just before September, right around that time frame. You can join the organization, and then you have some planning. We do training. We bring you in. There's a whole training session involved about going out into the community, representing the league, doing those types of things. So you do that. And then you sit down as a group. We bring in a few different speakers from organizations and ask them to talk about their project. Now you can pick one of theirs, or you can pick your own, which is what happens many times because someone in the group has a passion. And then they do their project. They have until April to complete their project. And in May, when we do our annual meeting, that is when they become an official member of the Junior League. And that I hope will segue into our May meeting.
Well, that gives you, there's time to sign up to come and join at one of these meetings. And if anybody watching wants to contact, would they contact the office?
They can contact the Junior League through our website. They can contact us via phone. We are listed on the website. I think it's 618-2554.
Very good. Yes.
Denise.
Yes.
I'm like, I think that's it.
Yep. That is in fact the number.
So, and as Deneen mentioned, our May meeting, and this year is a very special May meeting. It's our on May 4th. We're having our 80th anniversary gala.
Yes.
We're having it at Key Hall at Proctor's. We're very excited about it. 80 years strong, 80 years young. We hope you'll join us.
I will be there.
This side of Paul Tonko, you're one of the best dancers I know, Angelo.
No.
Deneen and I are co-chairing it, along with our dear friend and colleague Paula Olhouse. But we're very excited about it this year, and it's really really to celebrate 8 decades of all the projects you just heard about, and some
Yes.
that we couldn't think of now off the top of our heads, but and we'll be joined by our community partners, folks who've benefited from our service over the years, women who have been part of the organization for almost all of these 8 decades or parts of them, and we're just very excited about May 4th at Key Hall at Proctor's.
So, yep, so that's next week, starting at 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
If people have not gotten their tickets yet, they still have time to do so.
They still have time to do so, and I would be happy to even tell them my personal email
Oh,
address.
Okay, yep.
They can go
actually,
to deneen.palmateer@gmail.com and
Okay.
send me an email. I will send them a flyer. I will get it right out.
Okay.
And it's a great event, and it's going to be a fun event. Key Hall, and we have a lovely band. TS Ensemble will be playing through the evening. We have a very interesting auction that we're going to be auctioning off some safety deposit boxes in that lovely vault. So
Oh, okay,
it'll
that's
be
something
fun.
new, yes.
That'll be great,
Yes.
everybody.
That sounds
It'll be a
great.
fun event.
And if somebody wanted to register, can they go online as well? Or?
They can.
Okay.
They can. Or send me an email and I will get it to the right people.
Okay.
Great.
Okay, great. And we gave out that number that you remembered so great there. If there's community members or organizations
Absolutely.
that want to donate money, they can do that through the website or contact you.
Absolutely.
Okay, great.
Absolutely.
And how about volunteers? I'm sure you're looking for volunteers at some point, people that want to get involved or maybe help out with some of these projects. Is there an opportunity to volunteer without actually being a member?
There are opportunities to do so. All you have to do is send us your name and number,
Okay.
and believe me,
All
we
right.
will
We'll get in touch.
we
All
will
right,
get in
great.
touch with you. We stay on this, and we do often have women who are still trying to decide if this is the right time
Right.
for them to join, but they want to be involved. So they come to our events, they help out, they will pick a day and come to a Habitat for Humanity build and
Yeah.
spend the day with us. We always welcome volunteers.
And maybe just learn a little more about the organization and,
Yes.
to make a decision down the road.
Correct.
Okay, great. That website, one more time, is jlschenectadysaratoga.org.
.org.
And the number, Deneen?
It's 218-618.
618.
618-2554.
And of course, there's your email that you gave out. If
Right,
people
absolutely.
Want to,
Or the Junior League, I believe, also still has JL Schenectady. Goodness, I did one for them. I can't recall it though, but it's right on the website. So
great. Well, I guess
Thank
we
you
got a
very
lot of
much.
information out there.
Okay,
And,
well, thank you very
so
much.
I
for
will see
having
you
us.
at the gala, and I hope that people can, when they see this, will go on the website or contact you.
We will take last minute reservations.
And well, that's always
Good
nice
to
when you
see.
do that. So a
Great.
lot of times people do it at the last minute. I want to thank you both for joining me.
Thank you for having
and
us on the show. This is an honor.
It's an honor to
Absolutely.
have you here, and join us again next time when we'll talk about a new topic, something related to the community, and we'll hope to see you again soon. So thanks.